Picture an elephant standing in a beautiful, lush forest, like the one right behind me. What's the very first thing that catches your eye? The massive ears? That incredible trunk? Or is it those iconic tusks? Well, what if I told you that the ultimate secret to an elephant's survival, and tragically its death, is hidden completely out of sight, deep inside its mouth? Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to unpack one of nature's most mind-blowing biological countdowns.
To really get to the bottom of this, we first need to clear up a massive misconception. We all call them tusks, right? But biologically speaking, those iconic ivory spikes are actually modified upper incisor teeth. And here's the kicker, they aren't used for chewing at all. Think of them more like a giant built-in Swiss Army knife used for digging up roots, stripping tree bark, and defending the herd. The real magic, the actual chewing power that keeps these gentle giants alive, happens with their hidden molars. These are massive, flat, highly ridged teeth tucked so far back in the mouth that you'd practically never see them. They have one single absolute purpose: grinding. Now, what's really interesting when you look at actual realistic photos of these hidden cheek teeth is just how bizarre they are. I mean, they don't look anything like human teeth, do they? They look a lot more like giant ridged paving bricks. And honestly, they absolutely have to be built this way. A full-grown adult elephant spends up to 18 hours a day just eating. They are grinding down as much as 300 kilograms, that's over 600 pounds, of tough vegetation, coarse grasses, and thick bark every single day. But here is where the biology gets genuinely wild. As humans, we basically get two sets of teeth to last our entire lives, right? You've got your baby teeth and then your permanent adult set. And, well, actually, a lot of us get wisdom teeth pulled, but you get the idea. That's it. But elephants? No way. They get 6. That's right, an elephant cycles through 6 completely distinct sets of these massive chewing teeth over its entire lifespan. It is a wildly different evolutionary strategy, perfectly designed to handle a literal lifetime of constant aggressive grinding. Let's look at how this builds into a truly unique mechanical system. Unlike us, where our adult teeth push up vertically right from below the gums, elephants have a horizontal tooth replacement system. You can basically think of it as a biological conveyor belt right inside their mouths. The new molars form at the very back of the jaw. Then, as the elephant chews day in and day out, these massive teeth slowly push forward horizontally, almost like they're on a treadmill. By the time a tooth reaches the very front of the mouth, it's been worn completely smooth, and it just falls out, making way for the fresh tooth right behind it.
So, the crucial point here is the sheer, unbelievable scale and extreme specialization we're dealing with. Despite cycling through 6 sets over a lifetime, an elephant actually only has 4 working molars in its mouth at any given time. That's 1 on each side, top and bottom. But these are the absolute largest teeth of any living mammal on Earth. A single one of these molars can weigh up to 5 kilograms, or 11 pounds. That is literally like holding a bowling ball in your mouth, and they can reach up to 30 centimeters high. Those heavy ridges you see on the surface, they are perfectly adapted to shred up all that tough plant matter into totally digestible pieces.
Now, this incredible dental machinery actually marks the distinct chapters of an elephant's life. When they're born, a calf starts out with tiny little milk tusks and temporary molars. Around 6 months old, those iconic permanent tusks drop in and start growing. But the most critical phase, and truly the most dangerous turning point in their entire life, happens a lot later, usually between the ages of 40 and 60. That is exactly when that 6th and absolute final set of molars moves into place. And this brilliantly, if a bit sadly, illustrates the tragedy hidden inside their biology. When that 6th set locks in, it's basically like a silent alarm going off. It is literally evolution's quiet countdown timer embedded right there in the jaw. Now, this final set of teeth might last them a decade, maybe even more, giving them their final majestic years of wisdom and strength. But it is the end of the line. There's no magical 7th set waiting in the back of the jaw to save the day.
It's a really sobering reality to process, because out there in the wild, nature doesn't exactly offer dentures. When an older elephant's 6th set of molars finally wears down completely flat, they physically can no longer chew the tough vegetation they need to survive. Food can be absolutely everywhere around them in that lush forest, yet these wise elders will slowly face starvation. It means that a wild elephant's lifespan isn't typically dictated by predators or even disease. Their biological clock is inextricably linked to the ridges on their teeth. When the teeth go, the clock stops.
It's an ingenious yet deeply tragic design, isn't it? The majestic elephant's life story isn't just told in the thousands of miles it walks. It is literally carved into its teeth, each set marking a chapter, right up until the very last chew.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought to chew on. If such a massive, fundamental secret is hiding right in plain sight inside an elephant's mouth, what other brilliant and maybe tragic survival secrets is the natural world keeping from us?